say, the show starts in just 3 minutes.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
June 25th, 1982, director John Carpenter would unleash his horror classic, The Thing, a film devoid of hope and a masterclass in claustrophobia and paranoia. Moviegoers would leave the theater in shock due to the film's gruesome creature effects and its dark, ambiguous ending. John Carpenter would go on to say this is his best film and his personal favorite. So, why did the movie bomb at the box office? Audiences just weren't ready for such a bleak film in contrast to another alien feature that just opened worldwide about a week prior. Steven Spielberg's E.T. was a huge success and in turn drove moviegoers away from The Thing's less optimistic approach to extraterrestrials. The people just weren't prepared for what The Thing truly was. A fucking juggernaut in horror. Let's take it back a bit. The Thing is a remake of the 1951 Howard Hawks produced film The Thing from Another World. A favorite of Carpenter while growing up, the black and white movie would become the genesis of what would come later. In that film, the alien was more of a Frankenstein's monster than actual alien. A man in a suit. John Carpenter was like, nah, fuck that. The Thing would also adapt the 1938 novella Who Goes There? This is where The Thing's shape-shifting abilities would be lifted from. No more a man in a suit, but a living, breathing monster brought to life by the amazing Rob Bottin. All practical here, baby, no CGI. So what's The Thing? A parasitic extraterrestrial life form that assimilates, then imitates other organisms. The creature would imitate various life forms it encountered throughout the universe. This is revealed by the many forms the alien would painfully transform into throughout the film. It's really scary when you think about it. For example, when Benny's is assimilated, you can hear numerous voices and sounds emanating from the Thing's vocal cords. Chill, son, chills. If this thing can perfectly imitate a human being, then who can you trust? Suddenly, your friends and colleagues are your worst enemy. This fear is brilliantly set within the frigid weather conditions and confined spaces within an American research station in Antarctica. From the moment the film begins and you see this awesome spaceship seemingly crash landing onto Earth, you're immediately thrust into the unknown. Kurt Russell plays the tough R.J. McCready, an American pilot who loves chess but hates the cold. At the end of the day, he just wants to shack up in his cabin and get drunk. Not a bad gig if you ask me. The pay is good. The rest of the cast is great as with every Carpenter film. Keith David in one of his earliest roles plays Childs, and even Adrienne Barbeau has a bit part as the only female presence in the film. Bitch. William Brimley, of course, is memorable as Blair, the senior biologist.
I'll kill you!
And of course, you can't forget Jed the dog, Ace. The film's score is conducted by the legendary Ennio Morricone. The subtle soundscape is haunting and brooding as the heavy bass line guides you through the hellish nightmare. It definitely feels like a John Carpenter flick. Top tier.
In the mood for hot coffee? When you are, nothing else will satisfy. Coffee has a flavor, an aroma, a deep down satisfying goodness all its own.
Along with the score, the magnificent Dean Cundey would handle the camera and is a perfect combination of horror and anxiety. The POV shots passing through the hallways and doorways bring to life the claustrophobic atmosphere that this movie provides. When investigating the Norwegian base camp, a story is told with minimal dialogue thanks to the killer art design, frightening imagery, and breathtaking cinematography. Everything from the beautiful matte paintings to the practical makeup and puppet effects are on point. Rob Bottin crushed this film, It's his masterpiece. Even Stan Winston lent a hand on some work overflow by providing the alien dog puppet in the kennel early in the film. This would be the first real reveal of the monster to our heroes, and god damn, this shit goes hard. As an animal lover, this scene was hard to watch, but like a train wreck, just can't look away. Within the story, the crew begin turning on one another as a paranoia festers quickly. This leads to one of horror's most infamous gags brought to life by amazing artistry.
It's clobbering time!
While everybody's in the middle of arguing, Dr. Cooper grabs the defibrillator. His hands went right in through his wide open mouth, cut his hands off. Did you know in that scene, the actual amputee was used as a stunt double for Dr. Cooper? As Dr. Cooper screams in agony about losing his hands as the monster erupts from Vance's body, but RJ is ready. Grabs his flamethrower, starts burning it. Everybody rushes in to try to put out the fire. Vance's head detaches from its body, falls to the ground, whips out this freaking tongue, like Venom kind of, and pulls himself underneath the table. We get this monumental, iconic scene of the head growing fucking spider legs. I'll say it one more time. Growing fucking spider legs. Like, what the fuck? We see the head start fucking crawling away. At this point, Palmer slowly turns around, and one of the best lines in a fucking horror movie. You got to be fucking kidding. That scene is such a classic, iconic scene for any horror movie. Special effects were so amazing. No CGI. Yo, Ricky Grimes, tell these people a little bit more about this film.
The infamous blood test scene will forever be a panic attack captured on film. The intensity between each shot of the scalding wire pressing into the blood is unmatched. During this scene, we find out who is human and who is the thing. What follows is more violence and extreme gore. It really puts into perspective why PG audiences avoided this gem. Good, fuck them, we don't need them. Soon, fire takes down the entire compound and only McCready and Childs are left. Both men know one just might not be who he says it is. Mac and Childs decide to just freeze to death so they can save humanity. Because of this, I personally don't think any of them were infected. However, maybe that's just what the Thing wants us to believe. Who is the Thing? I could be the Thing. Thank you for driving down to another episode of Horror Fiend Drive-In Theater. Please leave a like on your way out. If you enjoyed this video and you want more content like this, please subscribe to the channel. Support horror, support the Thing, and most of all, stay scared.